As you can see from the title of this video, I am backpacking Europe with no plan. If this is your first video of mine that you are seeing, my name is Haley. I'm a full-time solo traveler and I have been documenting my life for over a year now on YouTube. I started my solo traveling living out of an SUV in the States, and now I've transitioned into a backpack and I'm backpacking Europe. The first 2 weeks I am with my friend Sophia, but specifically this last week she had to be on site for her job, so I'm starting to basically solo travel again, and I'm super grateful because I'm technically her companion, so this week is basically free stay. But with that being said, I still don't have a plan to what I'm doing after this. Before I talk more about not having a plan while backpacking Europe, I just want to do a little recap because before coming to Watford, England, we were in London city center after we left Verona, which if you didn't see my Italy vlog, go watch it. It is filled with so many adventures, and that's how I plan to have a lot of these travel vlogs go. But since I don't have a plan, I need to figure out a plan, and today is kind of my reset week from adapting into backpacking life. So when we first got to London, our room wasn't ready for them to hold our bags. It was 50 pounds. We had about an hour before we were allowed to go into the room. We hung out in this coffee shop, and when I tell you the Wi-Fi was so fast, because that was my upload date to YouTube, and I for sure thought I was going to be late because the hotel in Verona, I went to bed, hit upload. When I woke up, it was at 6% because the Wi-Fi was just so bad at the hotel. But I think the hotel in London that we stayed in was just meant for people who work and travel. It's not even 10 minutes and it was already up. A huge relief. So it ended up working out that we had to wait for our room because I just finished doing everything. And then once our room was ready, we put our stuff in this teeny cute little room. There was no windows. It was giving half hostel, half hotel. There was a lot of younger people, very active, and then we went out and explored. London is a combination of New York and Washington. That's what I was feeling. It is huge. It is bigger than New York, and so many people. Saw last week's video, you know how much of a struggle it was to get to vegan restaurants because Sophia's vegan, but here every restaurant has a good vegan option. I had this buttermilk chicken ranch sandwich with fries, and I also had a strawberry lemonade. It was delicious. After that, we made our way to the Shakespeare Globe. We made it right as it was starting, and it was such a cool experience. We got GA. This theater works. It's all open. GA, you stand on the floor, and then if you bought like box seats, you can sit. But what we saw was much ado about nothing. They did such a good job. It was hilarious. There was one point a pigeon came into the globe. None of them broke character, but it was flying around and it ended up on the stage, and the actress Beatrice was saying her line and kicked the pigeon, and it just flowed with the scene and the pigeon flew off. My feet did start to hurt. I felt like I was moving a lot, but it was such an experience. During intermission, I got white wine, Sophia got a red wine, and they put it in these little bottles. We also went into the shops, and I don't normally get things that will take up space just because I'm backpacking Europe, but I saw this cute mini journal and I had to get it. It says all the world's a stage, and then on the back it just says all the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and then as you like it, act 2 scene 7. I ended up also keeping this cute little paper bag. I need to get a folder because I also have important documents that are starting to slowly get smashed. If you ever are in London, I highly recommend you going to the Shakespeare Globe. It's such a unique experience. It's just crazy going from a chaos of the city into this theater. After the show got done, it was already getting late, so we just walked back to the hotel. We took our time. We came across the London Eye and Big Ben, and it's so pretty when everything is lit up. Our next morning, we woke up, got breakfast. I had an English breakfast, so I had the toast with beans, sausage, bacon, eggs, and it was really good. Beans and toast, I don't know what the big deal of it is because it's just beans and toast, but that's what they do here. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't life-changing. After that, we went to Oxford Street, which there's a bunch of shops on the corner of it. They have this art piece where you just walk in, a visual art playing. There's a lot of people just sitting or standing and just looking up, and it was such a cool thing. So we watched that for a little bit, and then we got up, walked the shops. Sophia got a few things, and then she needed to go back to the hotel for a meeting. She told me that I needed to go to Hyde Park. On the end of Oxford is Hyde Park. So I just finished walking Oxford. It to me was the Central Park of London. It was really pretty. At one point I found this beach chair and I was like, I'm gonna sit down for a minute. And I was wondering why no one was sitting in these chairs, but I didn't see a sign. And then this guy came up to me about 10-ish minutes later and goes, how long are you gonna sit here for? You need to pay. And I was like, oh, where's the sign? How much? I didn't see it. And then he told me and I was like, he was like, no, you're good. I walked more. I crossed this bridge because I was starting to make my way to Kingston Palace. At one point there was these random parakeet birds. There was random waterfalls that I crossed. There was a sculpture where I could see Kingston Palace through the sculpture. And then I made it over there on that day, which is July 1st, was also Princess Diana's birthday. There was a memorial of all these photos and people were leaving flowers and notes and little gifts. There was also a group of people decked out in Princess Diane stuff and camping chairs, and that was very interesting to see. I didn't go inside the palace because Sophia texted me to meet her at Camden Market. So I got onto the bus successfully, made my way to Camden Market. There was a bunch of shops. I've been looking for a tote bag because I want to be able to carry my water bottle, my tripod. So this is the tote bag I got. It just says you can let it go, but if I don't want the words to show, I can just wear it on this side. I'm kind of thinking of getting a patch in each country and then put the patch on the bag. I don't know yet. Still deciding on that. For food, Sophia got this vegan Thai bowl and I got this Korean chicken burger with fries, and I also got a Coca-Cola. Since it was starting to get late and we wanted to go out that night, we decided to start walking back, but the thing was I wanted to walk and Sophia wanted to ride the tube. It was about an hour walk, so as she's sitting there getting ready to figure out the route for the tube and I was gonna walk, I noticed this building and I said, oh, isn't that the building we were talking about? It's called the Shard, and I don't think it was ready. I think they were building it while she was here, but it's kind of like, not the Empire State, but it's kind of like the Empire State where you can go up to the top floor and it's a 360 panorama view. So then we sat there and started looking at tickets for that, but then we noticed that there was different variety bars and restaurants. Because it's a hotel, why don't we go to the bar and get a drink? And so then we ended up walking over there, and when we first got there we were just like, girls were in heels, nice dresses, men were in nice dress shirts. There was one other family that was dressed like us, which made me feel a little bit better. At first I thought they were gonna say, no, you can't come in dressed like that. The ticket to do the 360, 90 pounds, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was around there. Or you could go to the bar, which is a few stories down, and get a drink that's 20 pounds. Yeah, I know, a drink for 20 pounds, insane. But you're still getting that amazing view with a drink for a cheaper price. And you're getting an experience where you can sit down. So it was definitely worth it. Also, the bathroom was insane. You had these stained glass windows as the doors, and then you would just open up to the sink and then the amazing view. Insane. I'm so glad I ended up working out when we did that. We were there for a little bit. That was technically our going out. We were originally gonna go to this one place, but that ended up being our going out. And then we went back to the hotel, slept, woke up, and now I'm in Watford, England, and this is where Sophia's show is. There's not much to do in Watford, but the biggest thing, and what I'm super excited for, is the Warner Brothers for Harry Potter is here. I was able to grab one yesterday, but it's not until Sunday, but the lady told me to keep refreshing it, and if one pops up, then you can do do it that way because they don't hold reservations for people, and if people cancel, they also don't hold. But you also can't set it up where it notifies you if someone's canceled. But I've been clicking refresh because I did book for Sunday, but I wanted to do it either today or tomorrow. Hopefully something does open up, and that's the problem with not having a plan, because things like this you kind of have to book out in advance, and I'm a last minute person. But the thing with that is I can work around it and just stay the extra night, because I originally was gonna leave on Sunday and head somewhere else. Now I'm kind of rechanging my whole schedule. And the other thing on top of that is there was something I wanted to do in Wales that is also Harry Potter related, and this next week you'll see the whole Harry Potter thing, unless we make it in this video. But if I do make it on Sunday, then I wanted to do this one thing in Wales, but to get there is an adventure. So then I started to look out, and the farther you get away from cities, the less trains and buses there are, and if you miss your connection or something like that, you have to wait a long time or even the next day. And the thing that I wanted to do in Wales that ties into the whole Harry Potter thing, and this has been on my bucket list since college, so I really want to do it, but it's kind of looking a little like it's not gonna happen, which is fine. I think if I'm able to get into the tour either today or tomorrow, then I'm not gonna do what I wanted to do in Wales. But if I do stick to Sunday and I'm here for that Sunday, then I will make my way to Wales and we'll go from there. Will just be an adventure to get there. I don't know. That's the one thing. I don't have a plan. I only had a plan till here. And that's probably a problem, but also it makes for a crazy adventure, and that way I want to do something or I want to stay longer, I can work around it. It's more so when there's big bookings like this where it's Harry Potter. It's a very famous thing, it's gonna be booked out, and the amount of things that I will do that are like this, slim to none. You win some, you lose some. But I've been sitting here for a long time. I'm starting to get hungry. I'm gonna finish getting ready and together, and yeah, but I do want to show you, this is the room. Super simple, and I did laundry. This has literally been me since yesterday. Open, close, open. So there's one on Friday. It just opened up. Add to basket. Come on. A time crunch. Yes. Continue. See? No plans working. Hopefully. Can't say anything yet. The thing is, when I talked to the lady on the phone yesterday, she said you're able to cancel 24 hours in advance with a full refund. I'm gonna call and let them know. 30's perfect. See? No plan. No plan. Bam! Now, unfortunately, I won't be doing the other thing, and I'll get into the other thing later. I'm currently at this place called The Grove. It's where Sophia's show is gonna be. They have a bunch of walking trails that lead into, I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. Something woods. I'm gonna put it up into the screen. She picked me up, and I'm just gonna walk all these trails. When you first get on the trail, there's an activities center box, and I could see that there was bikes you could rent, archery, there's axe throwing. This place is just stunning, and I just got here. The Grove is over that way. I've made it to this, and we're gonna do some trails over here. This is what I'm walking, and apparently Star Wars scene was filmed here and other films as well. But how cool. I just came across this rope swing and I walked past it a little further down that way. I was like, no, I shouldn't trust it. But then I saw two people go on it and one was a guy. So I think it's sturdy enough. I'm gonna set the camera up and we're gonna go on it. Set you down here, but I need to get down there is the thing. I thought this was all gonna be pathways, not like trailheads. My attire for this right now is actually hilarious. Here we go. I almost collided with a tree. I don't know if you could see it. We switched angles. This is what I was talking about. Honestly, there was a moment where I thought I was gonna hit you guys, but I didn't. Now that was insane. I loved that. It may seem like I can't walk on this road, but there has been signs with an adult holding a child's hand. But what's wild is I woke up this morning feeling defeated. I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. And then everything just ended up aligning. And now my whole plans have changed because of literally one simple thing. And that simple thing that needs to be planned out is what was gonna make everything else different. But now that I have it for tomorrow, a lot has been lifted off my shoulders. I really want to do the other thing, and I'll talk about it now. Basically, Dobby has a grave. It's exactly where they filmed it. It's in Freshwater, West Wales, but it is a trek to get there. And the thing is, if I miss one train or two trains and I get delayed, I will be sleeping at a train station. Since I'm still trying to get used to the train systems and buses, which I'm getting used to the buses, not so much train, I don't want to risk it. I also looked up renting a car because I could get there even faster, but none of the locations where I would need to drop off or pick up have rental cars available for a decent price, because you can actually rent a car here super cheap by the day, but the ones that are available are the high-end expensive ones, and I don't need that. I just need something to get me from point A to point B. And the other reason why I got an international driver's license is because on the mainland of Europe, I knew I was gonna want to drive. I didn't think I was gonna want to drive on the Great Britain side, and the Great Britain side is where they drive on the other side of the road. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. Everything's working out. No plan, just going with it. I'm gonna eat here. This place, so good. I think I'm gonna be sick though. I'm so full. I ate so much. Holy cow. And the great part is the hotel is literally right here. I'm back in the hotel room. I am so full. That was the only thing I've eaten today, which I know it's so bad. I didn't make it down to breakfast this morning because one, wasn't hungry this morning, and then two, when I started to somewhat get hungry, I had like 20 minutes left, and I feel like in Europe you can't just go down into the lobby in your pajamas. It's not like the States. In the States you can be looking rough. But that place was so good. It was so cheap. The reason why I went there was so cheap, and I knew I was gonna get a lot of food. But the thing is, I didn't know it was buffet style. I'm also not a big Thanksgiving meal type person, and this was kind of giving Thanksgiving, but it was so much better. I'm not a huge turkey person. There was 5 different meats that you could choose from, and if you wanted all 5, you could get all 5. I picked 2. That whole plate, I ate the entire thing. And then she was like, oh, do you want to try dessert? She said the one that I got is the only one that has been on the menu since they've opened. I was like, I'll do that one. And I couldn't finish it, but it was delicious. It's the next day, 2 bus rides later, and I've made it. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna cue into a montage for this whole thing. So cue the montage. enjoyed the montage. I had so much fun and I highly recommend you go if you're in this area. Even if you're in London city center, get out here. It's so fun and such a unique experience. I ended up buying the ticket that included ticket to get in, the digital guide, and to get the souvenir book at the end. Personally, I kind of wish I didn't do the digital guide just because during the beginning I ended up taking it off because it was just annoying. I'm also trying to film for YouTube. I'm also taking photos on my phone, and then I had this tablet that was around the same size as my phone, a little bit bigger, trying to like lug everything. So what I ended up doing was halfway through there's food, butterbeer, and during that time I put the headset on and I clicked through everything and just listened. I found that to be easier and made me feel better that I didn't just added the additional digital guide for nothing. I ended up getting a few things. I got this tote bag. It's so cute. I had to. It's the family tree and it's darling. Another reason why I didn't want to hold the digital audio book is because I wanted to hold on to the passport. You could go around and then at stations you stamped a crest into it, which is so fun. I loved this. I love this edition and it's such a good keepsake. And then they also had where they have the map and there was tables where you would lay the map down and you could see the footprints. I didn't know about this and this was completely free. Well, it was included in your ticket in a way. This is the souvenir book that I was talking about. I haven't even looked inside of it, but it's just a lot of information, which is super cool. They had green screen photo spots and one of them was a broom and you could get a video, and I was like, this will be perfect. I want to add this in my YouTube video. So I did pay for the package deal. It automatically came with the photos and then it came with the video. Part of the package was them printing one photo. So this is the one photo I picked out of it's me catching the golden snitch. This is the one I asked for to be printed because out of the ones, that's what I got there. This was another thing. I'm gonna end up mailing when I get into London, or even tomorrow, I'm gonna mail out a package to my parents' house because to get butterbeer, you had to get the cup. And I had to get butterbeer. This is the cup. I got a chocolate frog. And then I got this for my mom. It's a towel. It's like a kitchen towel and it's just the map, and I thought it was so cute. Their food menu, they had so many things vegan, but in their little candy shop it wasn't vegan, so I'm hoping these lollipops are. I was trying to read the ingredients because I wanted to get something for Sophia. Jelly beans, certain jelly beans you can't have, and of course the ones that were at the shop she couldn't, so I got her 2 are for my nieces and then whatever Sophia wants she can have. This is another thing for my mom. Whatever my mom doesn't pick, I'll take the other one. This just says Hogwarts alumni, and then this says Dobby is free. And I also got these pens for my mom as well. One's Deathly Hollows, and then the other one is the Platform 9 3/4. Super cute. I saw jewelry, and I always have to get a jewelry piece. Look how stinking cute this is. Ooh! Not it falling out. It comes in this little Harry Potter bag, but I got, hopefully it focuses, but I got this golden snitch ring. When I was checking out, I was talking to a lady and I was saying how some are gifts. She's like, oh, they're gifts? Well, let me give you some wrapping paper. So she gave me this cute wrapping paper. I'm not even gonna wrap it. I'm gonna stick it in the book and my mom can do whatever she wants with it. But how stinking cute. It's so adorable. That is everything I got. It was so fun. I definitely will say it would have been even better to be with someone, just because if you go solo, it's great, it's fun, but if you're someone who shoots content and wants photos and videos, you definitely kind of need to go with someone. It was extremely busy, and setting up the tripod, it's not gonna happen. I did it for like 3 things and that was about it. It just was impossible to do, and it would have just been easier. Overall, I had a great time, and fortunately I will not be going to Dobby's grave, but I will be heading somewhere. I just know the country I'm going to. That's all I got so far. I don't know where. I don't know. That's why you should follow along.